Hello and welcome to Richland Spotlight, an ongoing program where we talk with city employees and shine a light on events, programs, and things happening here in Richland. Joining me today is Richland Fire and Emergency Services Chief Tom Huntington. Welcome, Chief.
Thanks for having me here today.
And we're going to talk all about Station 74. This is Richland's newest fire station since
1992, I believe, was the last one we built. Yeah.
So it's been a while, though. Now that's opening up real soon. So tell me a little bit about Station 74 and you know why we needed it.
Yeah, this is a critical piece to putting a response crew in that southwest portion of the city that, as you're well aware, and I think everybody is aware, has been growing gangbusters over the last few years. So we've got a lot of development, a lot of residential growth, a lot of commercial growth. This puts a response crew right in that area to be available. The other nice thing about that location, particularly once the Dupertail Bridge goes in, is that it will be positioned to be able to back up the entire rest of the city, and it's well positioned to support our mutual aid partners as well.
So we say 7-4, so we have 7-1, 7-2, 7-3. Right. 7-1 Central Richland, 7-2 is
South Richland.
South Richland.
Yep.
7-3 is
North Richland.
North Richland. So how does the separate fire stations combined kind of help with response times?
So the idea is both in the city and in a regional approach, we try to build fire stations about 4 minutes drive time apart. And what that allows us is if we have one crew that's out or multiple crews that are out, adjacent fire stations and crews can then respond and backfill where the crew is out of service on another call. So it really builds a very strong response system in the entire region for us in terms of EMS and fire services.
Talk just a bit more about this regional approach. So it's not just 7-4 just doesn't benefit Richland; it benefits all Tri-Cities.
Correct. Yeah, the local fire chiefs try to work very closely in planning where we put facilities, both to serve our home jurisdictions, as well as position these facilities to put crews where we can support one another. Nobody in the Tri-Cities has the capacity or the resources necessary to do everything by themselves anymore. We rely on each other for every single call that we go on, almost. So that gives us the depth then to back each other up, as it were, on whether it be EMS calls or fire calls. We know we've got another crew about 4 minutes drive time away, either within our city or in a neighboring jurisdiction.
So for a municipal building, especially a specialty building like a fire station, this was built pretty fast. September of 2004 we broke ground, and now here we are in July ready to occupy it. I know that it was a unique way. The city did what was called a design-build approach.
Correct, yep.
Explain a little bit to me about this approach and why it worked for us.
Yeah, this has been actually a pretty remarkable process for us. We've learned a lot. What design-build allows you to do is set your budget and identify with the general contractor the maximum guaranteed price as well as what their profit margin is on the project. And so that leaves the rest of the project funding to work together and find efficiencies, find the most cost-effective way to do business. And so every week the design team, which is the general contractor, the architect, the lead subcontractors, and city representatives, sit at the table and we weigh out what is the best option to move forward to get the best value for the dollars that we're going to spend on this. Always trying to be respectful that this is taxpayer money that we're using, and we're trying to put the very best building on the ground for our citizens that we can with the money that we have to work with.
So tell me about some of the design features, like what's new and unique with this?
Yeah, a couple of pretty exciting approaches on this building. First, we built enough square footage to have some capacity for growth going into the future. One of the real challenges we've had is when we have extra staffing and can put an extra crew in service, in most cases we don't have space to put them, and so we ended up having a double bunk. We're backing vehicles in backwards in fire stations. This station gives us some capacity to grow into the future. You'll notice when you visit the fire station that we have big red folding doors rather than roll-up doors. Those are a key both design element, and they also shave probably 20-25 seconds off of how quickly they open, and we can get out of the station and on the call. So we can actually open, close, and open those doors, and it takes the time it takes to just open a standard roll-up door. So that's been a really nice feature, and we're excited about that, both from an efficiency standpoint and a maintenance standpoint. Long term, they look to be much easier to maintain, much lower cost in the long run. And then one of the other key improvements we've made in the design of this building is we put all of the kind of workspace, decontamination areas, cleaning areas on the far side, separate from the living quarters. So when the crews come home, they can decontaminate, get cleaned up, and then move into the living and working space in the station, knowing that they're not bringing, biological hazards and cancer, causing things from fires in with them. That all stays on the other side of the station. So we worked really hard to contain any kind of contamination or cross-contamination from out in the field and what we bring back into the living area of the fire station.
And there's actually some shared resources with the Richland Police Department as well.
Yeah, another great move forward in terms of working relationship with police and fire in Richland. We've long had a very strong relationship, and this is a great step forward in terms of sharing facility space. I think we'll continue to explore opportunities there as we build additional buildings. But this will allow Richland Police to have an office space and a presence in Southwest Richland there. We'll have the workout facilities, fitness facilities in the station that we'll be able to share together, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to continue working more closely.
Great. And so July 21st is going to be the grand opening.
Correct.
Tell me about that.
So July 1st, we're working on putting the agenda together. We've got some, I think, some pretty fun ideas to really celebrate this victory. We're very, very proud of the building that we've been able to put up. Especially for the amount that we spent. I've got a friend that works on the west side, and they're budgeting for a smaller fire station almost $2 million more and almost double the furniture and finishing budget that we have. So I think we can be very, very proud as both an industry and a community of this building and what we got for the money that we spent.
So we save money and have a bang-up building to show for.
Yes, very beautiful building to look at, and we'll be inviting everybody to join us on the 21st to help us celebrate that.
And that's 21st at 2 p.m. at Station 74. The address is
2710 Dupertail Street. That'll be at the corner, roughly the corner of Dupertail and Queensgate there.
Very good. Okay, we encourage lots of citizens to come out and see their new fire station. And we want to thank you for watching our program, Richland Spotlight with Chief Huntington. We'll see you next time. I'm Mike Charbonneau.